have 6 miles of range, and the campground is 5.7 miles away. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see if I'm gonna make it. And we're literally out in the middle of nowhere. So we're leaving our campground here somewhere in West Virginia. Don't really know where we're at. We're close to Pennsylvania and Maryland. Today's gonna be for the most part all road day, section 4 of the BDR. We've got a DC fast charge stop after 50 miles, and then I believe it's 70 or 90 miles to our final stop for today. So gonna be a pretty quick day as long as the charge stations aren't broken and are actually there. You guys ready?
Huh?
Said you guys ready?
Yeah, we need to suit up and we'll go. 100%?
You caught us off guard. We were yammering instead of working.
Bike is still doing great. Look at our view. Look at that.
It's all about the presentation.
Hold on. You're not done yet.
Fuel up here, Amy. She can't hear me. What? Yeah.
I'm sorry. No, we did that sometimes.
Back on the regular Mabda route. That was the expert section. It's pretty good, quite technical, not the hardest terrain I've ridden this bike on. but it's certainly the most technical that I've ridden it on after all the modifications. So everything's certainly held up well. Just need to check the bike once we get back just to make sure that nothing got rattled loose. Wonder why they don't use them anymore.
What's that?
I said, I wonder why they don't use it anymore.
Yeah, a lot of them, they probably didn't pass inspection and it hasn't been uprated. It'll be very safe for us.
The NEBBR has a ton of these that you ride over.
Yeah, there's still DOT bridges that they maintain. Sometimes they even completely rebuild them, just like they were.
Look, it says there, the plaque. Red Bridge plaque. Have its like commissioning date?
It says it's from 1855.
Wow.
Yeah. And then restored in 1958, which is still a good ways back.
So we didn't plan ahead for the hotel. Apparently they're not open on Mondays and Tuesdays. Today's Monday. So we're heading to Plan B, which is a campground 6 miles away. I have 9 miles of range, so we're going to be cutting it close. Probably the closest call we've had the whole trip as far as battery state of charge goes. So hopefully Kevin's right hand isn't too heavy on the throttle. The alert, my bike just came on, 6% remaining. Hopefully I can make it. Alright, down to 4 miles remaining, 4% battery. It's getting down to the wire. Here we go, Penns Creek Campground. That's pretty damn good.
Hot showers?
So we are leaving Penns Creek Campground to go start section 8. Should only be about 100-ish mile day today. I think we're all starting to feel the miles. My bike is already at 1,063 miles. Life on the road, life in a tent, it definitely wears you down. These forests though in Pennsylvania, just the greenery and the ferns everywhere, the dark trees, dark road. It reminds me of like Endor from Star Wars. Makes me feel like a little Ewok's gonna swing from a tree at some point and throw a rock at me. Yup. So I got a little tip for anybody that travels often. Before you leave, buy a bunch of cards, stamp them, address them, and then along your route, you drop them off to your loved ones. And it just makes your travels a little bit sweeter for them. And that way when you get home, they're gonna say, oh, you thought about me, you got me a card. It's little things, gentlemen. Little things make your woman or significant others know that you thought of them on your big adventure. You're welcome. Pennsylvania has some of the best gravel roads I've ever been on. Look at this. No potholes. No big ruts or divots. No washouts. Just perfectly graded gravel roads. A little dusty, but I mean, I don't even feel like I have to touch the controls to ride this. So right now we're heading to another campsite. I don't believe this is our intended stop for the day, but we're hopping back on the Mabder. And this just kind of highlights some of the challenges with electric stop sign. In that when it comes to altering plans on the fly, you can't just make the decision and go, because you have to consider distances and charging and all this other stuff. Really, that's it. So we're just gonna kind of weigh our options. They're really looking for a place to wash their clothes, and they're doing the BDRX right after we're done doing the BDR, which is like a 400-mile loop or so. So they have more traveling to do. I don't, apart from riding home. So I'm kind of letting them decide what they want to do, because they've got more riding ahead of them, at least off-road riding ahead of them. So we'll see what we do. I have no idea what the plan is, but I'm fine with whatever it is. So our campground is, or I have 6 miles of range, and the campground is 5.7 miles away. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see if I'm gonna make it. Gonna make it there. Definitely calling it close yet once again, and we're literally out in the middle of nowhere, not necessarily civilization. And now I'm down to 4 miles. And the idea is just to coast down without regen on these downslopes, and only turn on regen when I need to slow down, like when I absolutely have to. Just try to build up momentum. I guess you could call the technique. Oh, don't want to be on this. Coast and regen. Turn it back off and coast. Obviously, I want to turn it on before I start turning the front wheel. That way the weight shifts before I turn the steering wheel or the handlebars. So, I mean, I don't know how far I've gone now, but I really haven't used any energy.
Because I've got 3 cords to get me to there.
Yeah. All right, we're charging. So it was 5.7 from where we stopped. So my range went down like just 2 miles, and I was just coasting. If I needed to brake, I would hit it on regen, and I would turn it off and just keep coasting. So there's wildfires in Canada right now. You can see how hazy it's making Pennsylvania. I'm about to get in this here water. All right, here we go. Okay, we're good. We're good. Gotta rinse off the Mabder. That's so slippery.
See, the secret is you gotta grip it with your toes, like a little otter. See.
So we're now leaving the last campground for the Mabder. We've got 71 miles today, and then we will part ways. Kevin and Amy will go to do the BDRX, and I'm gonna head home.
Even though Kevin, Amy, and I started this trip last week, my journey started a year ago when I first bought this bike to convert it for off-road travel. I was so nervous about doing this project because it was like anything I'd ever done before. But one thing I did have was a clear vision of what I wanted. Long Way Up is what got me into motorcycles. And so it's no surprise to me that I wanted to have similar experiences to Charlie and Ewan on a LiveWire. Now that I know what this bike can handle, I'm excited to plan to take on even more challenging adventures in other faraway places. This trip was the proof I needed to keep the adventure going.
Congratulations, sir. Yay!
Not only did I learn what the LiveWire is capable of, I also learned what I was capable of.